So I've got something called a supercharged 6% protocol variant. And we're talking about put protected call writing on Leafs. Now, for some of you that have some experience, you might have an idea of what we're doing here. Some of you that are more into trading stocks, commodities, indexes, and not so much into the derivatives market, this might be new to you. A supercharged 6% protocol. So the whole 6% protocol thing that I kind of introduced to you is one of the options trading programs that I put together for people who want to do a little bit on the less side of trading. In other words, not be sitting in front of their computer every day inside and out, but want to focus on having their portfolio be big. And it's something that I started with myself in 2005. I put myself on a little bit of a program where I filled a Roth IRA with $2,000. At that time, $2,000 was the max. Now it's up to, depending on your age, around $5,000 every year. $2,000, and I just focused on 6% per month. And what's the special sauce around 6%? Well, let me go through a little bit of an experiment, and this will tell me who's kind of in tune and who's kind of new to this, and that is, if you were given $50,000 today, or a penny that doubles every single month, which would you take? Now think about that for a second. We're talking about compounding. Somebody's writing into the Q&A area, compounding, baby, and you're absolutely right, right? Just going to go through it very quickly here because this isn't the meat of my presentation, but on day 7, you're up to 64 cents. Most people are saying, wait a second, we're talking $50,000, but just wait. Already at day 10, we're up to $5.12. Now at day 20, we're still not up to our $50,000. We're already 2/3 of the way through the month. But sometimes around day 24, we finally surpass that $50,000. We still have about 6 or 7 days left, depending on the month. And the cool part is we could be up to $21 million by taking that penny. So a lot of you put into the Q&A area that you'd rather take the penny, and that's actually a smart thing. In fact, like we said, compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. We're not sure if Albert Einstein actually said that, but it's always attributed to him, so there you go. I actually got to see in the Q&A area, and I'm going to shut the Q&A area down for my view because it distracts me, but I see somebody said, assuming you win every time. Interestingly enough, Mark, I don't know if you've gone through some money management type discussions, but if you look at the actual successful traders out there, they focus more on money management than they do on their win-loss ratio. In fact, if you look at a good money management, you could have a win-loss ratio of only 3 out of 10 trades, meaning you win only 3 times and you lose 7 times, and at the end of the year, you're still way ahead. So just a heads up for all of you, and this is something I focus on heavily, money management is where it's at, what you do with your winners and what you do with your losers. It's not so much about whether you are always winning or losing, because I have to tell you, the market is more like real life than it is like academia. A lot of us has been programmed in academia world where there's pass-fail, and they've moved the curve up, meaning that if you pay your money for education, you go and you pay for a higher education degree, you're going to pass. You just have to do cramming for studying and then you'll pass. But in real life, you know that everything could go right and you can still have things go against you. I'll say that again. In everyday life, things can go, you could do everything absolutely right, and it can still go against you. Anybody who tells you today or any day that they have a 100% win ratio, please do me a favor. turn around and run the other way. They're feeding you a line. They're feeding you a product, and they're making more money on selling you education than they are actually trading. Somebody wrote down in the Q&A area, hopefully they're doing better than 30%. Many successful traders do not do better than 30%. In fact, if they're doing on any kind of if they're doing equities, on any sort of New York Stock Exchange, if they're doing better than 60 or 70%, I'd be surprised. And on a NASDAQ stock, if they're doing better than 70 or 80% win ratio, I'd be surprised. That's the top of the line, because the market is always going to hand you rotten eggs. It's what you do with them. Can you turn lemons into lemonade? But I'm off on a tangent here. That's not what the whole 6% protocol is about. But please understand that money management is where it's at.